everybody, it's Wallguy. It's time for some more Medal of Honor 2010. The time of the humble sale is over, and the community numbers are shrinking again, as we expected. But at least some of the new players seem to be sticking around, so the net effect is that there are more players now than there were before the sale. This of course means the game will last a while longer, and we'll be able to continue to stockpile new footage for use in the future, even if the game completely dies again. Before I dig into the topic, do us a favor and click that like button to help this 2010 coverage get out to more people. If we could get this to 70 likes, it would help a whole lot. I'm also told that our subscribers will have protection from going bald in the future, so if you're not a subscriber yet, get on board while you still can. I also wanted to mention our last video. It was one of the most competitive battles we've ever had the privilege of being a part of in Medal of Honor Warfighter. Meowth and I needed about 150 kills between us to grab victory. We uploaded it late in the evening 2 days ago, and many of you missed it. Make sure to check it out by clicking the thumbnail in the upper right there. Don't miss it. And I also wanted to let you guys know that we recently had one of our videos published on Pixel Enemy. This was a great honor for us since we are a small channel, and Pixel Enemy is one of our favorite sites on YouTube or the internet, period. We already mentioned this video several times if you follow us on Twitter, so you might have seen it. But for everyone else, you can click the link in the upper right corner there and check it out now, and then come back to this video, or alternatively, you can click the link in the description when this video is over. If you don't yet follow us on Twitter and you want an easy way to talk to us or just want to keep up to date with us, you can find the link to our Twitter in the description as well. Alright, let's talk about this gameplay you're watching. I remember this game very well. I was absolutely dead tired when I played this round. I could barely keep my eyes open no matter how hard I tried. Focusing was incredibly difficult. I really felt that my reaction time and enemy recognition skills were severely impaired. Sort of like I was an astronaut in one of those oxygen deprivation chambers or something. To make matters worse, and perhaps as a result of my condition while playing, the other team was putting up a great fight. But despite my tiredness, I definitely wanted to play anyway. I was having fun, whatever reason I was in that mood. And I surely did not want to let them win this game. So I did what I could to pull through this challenge, and I hope you enjoy it. So I started this video by talking about the state of Medal of Honor 2010. We are currently playing the game pretty regularly. We're trying to stockpile footage, but it's not always fun. Despite it still being our second favorite online FPS of all time, the game is not what it once was. You might have heard me mention before that the EA backend for this game has become atrocious, really. It's terrible. It was never great to begin with, and you know this if you've ever played the game. The lag was always a problem, what with people often getting to shoot you after you find cover, or people not dying, or even receiving any damage sometimes, even after multiple solid attacks. That was something we were all used to dealing with from Medal of Honor 2010, but the story really didn't stop there. Some of those problems were related to the game's netcode and design, as we all know, but a lot of it was also EA's backend. And let me explain a little bit more about this if you aren't really familiar with how an online game works. You might hear me talk of EA's servers, but when I mention them, I'm not talking directly about the servers you see when you play. The servers you see are part of the front end, and they're leased from professional server companies with certification from EA. These servers are the same as they've always been, if not better. These places are kind of getting better at what they do all the time. They get more bandwidth, they upgrade their hardware, so that's not really a problem. The back end, on the other hand, is the part of the network that you don't see. Players don't just connect directly to a server that they see in the server browser or that they join through matchmaking. Not even on console, when you use point-to-point connections, do you directly connect to a server. In every case, all players are first routed through an EA backend server that then places players into the server that they actually play in. Now, this is both for security purposes and also to handle stuff like stat tracking and other communications that they need to handle to run the game. It might surprise you, however, to know that a great deal of EA's backend infrastructure lies in Europe, at least as far as this game is concerned. This is really not such a great idea when you have so many players playing from North America. The complications that are introduced by having this sort of network setup is greatly responsible for a lot of the getting dropped from servers problems or having a server completely shut down and drop every player, that's a great deal to do with how this network is set up. You can imagine if you're a player from the US or Japan or Australia or something like that. We'll use my example as an illustration. I'm in California, in the US of course, and if I'm trying to join a server, I've got to send a message to a server in Europe, which sends a message to the server that I actually tried to join, and that server has to then send a message back through Europe and back to me. All that is necessary just to give me a connection to a server, and you constantly send information back and forth throughout the round you're playing so you can sync with the other players and kind of make everything look like there's a contiguous situation happening on screen. You know, people are where they're supposed to be. Knowing this, you can imagine that this presents an incredible logistical nightmare to try and write netcode that can keep gameplay nicely synced with players joining from all over the planet. Simply put, a crap ton of lag is introduced that needn't be there really. But even with all these built-in hurdles, the game ran at least satisfactory until maybe late summer, right before Warfighter's release. This is when EA started shutting down Medal of Honor 2010 backend servers to cut costs and shift focus to new games, or maybe just to save a penny. And as a result, the game started having a ton more lag than before, and you knew it was bad before, so you don't really need more. That's a very bad thing. The state of the connection has made many longtime players stop playing the game altogether. And you really can't blame them if every encounter is a total roll of the dice, no matter how well you get the jump on them, and the game ceases to have any value. And really, in my opinion, it's not really even a game anymore at that point. It's just an exercise in frustration. And nobody needs that in their life. Not from the thing that's supposed to bring them joy, that's supposed to be fun, not from an entertainment product. No thank you, EA. That was the end of the story until recently when that Humble sale came along. And it was a huge successful sale. Over 2 million people now own 2010, whereas they didn't before. So that brought an influx of new players. And that did help somewhat because now you'd have more full servers and therefore more choices of where you play. But it's only a band-aid really. It doesn't fix the core problems that are causing this extra lag. And lag is still a huge problem in almost every server you play in, no matter what the ping says it is. As for us, we continue to play this game because we're really just happy to be playing one of our favorite games again. We had to stop for many months completely from playing this game due to the numbers being incredibly low and us being banned from the servers that still had people in them basically. And of course the lag that existed as well was no fun either. So we're just happy to be back, but I gotta say it's really frustrating to see this game in this current state. And as the community numbers continue to drop back to the previous levels, the problems are going to become more pronounced once again, to the point where really no fun can be had from playing Medal of Honor 2010. We aim to have tons of footage saved up for that moment because we want to keep uploading gameplay so people don't forget about this awesome game. And if we're lucky, we'll see a brand new Medal of Honor game release in say 2 or 3 years. And hopefully by then EA is a changed company, a company that sees the value in properly supporting their games. That means creating a game that is quality and finished at release, a game that is supported after release for a while, and perhaps receives extra content after that, or just bug fixes, whatever. They can't just put out a game, drop it, and run. And in their case, not finish a game, put it out, drop it, and run. So hopefully that's different in the future. As a longtime Medal of Honor fan, I know that would be a day that I look forward to with great anticipation. If you haven't seen the 2 videos I linked earlier in this video, they're coming up right here in the outro. Check them out. They are awesome, and you guys are awesome, and we'll see you later.